Lightning that just ran down Rubik in between Tier 1 and Tier 2. And there, since no creep aggro, there's nothing you could really do from it. And especially with the slow movement speed early, it's just like, how do you get away from a rolling boulder that's inches away? There's just no chance you're going to avoid that. And then he was just run down. It was easy.
Speaking of the Earth Spirit, it makes another appearance along with a Witch Doctor. And this is a potent combo. You've got the roll in for the slow, that sets up a Maledict, and by the time you got level 2, anyone on the enemy team is very much afraid.
Yeah, especially if they're both level 2, where you've got the Cask and the Maledict. Obviously, Maledict now, level 1 is 50-second cooldown, so it's not as potent of a killer anymore. But that with the Rolling Boulder, I would say probably level 2 for Nerve Spirit is Boulder Smash. So you're stacking up the stuns. If you tri-lane it with someone who's also got a stun, who hits hard early, you're going to have a bad time in that off lane. So it'll be interesting to see who they pair up with those 2 supports and how they want to play it. Because Earth Spirit and Witch Doctor, a couple of teams we've seen recently have just been aggressively roaming with their supports, where they're just constantly in an opposing lane. I think we saw that with Jerax yesterday.
We did, and I'm seeing something else a little bit more familiar to my eyes, is Team Secret picking up that Night Stalker. A lot of teams have seemingly moved away from this era, but Team Secret still pick it a lot. I believe Puppy is usually the one they run on that and give Yaps all the Rubik. And it's kind of weird because you don't quite often see a Night Stalker played as a POS 5. Usually you want the quick boots, a quick earn, looking to just maximize nighttime ganks.
Yeah, you want that level 3 so you can be that aggressive in those nighttime ganks, especially that first night. That first night is very crucial to make your moment felt and be able to get there. If you are level 3, use that Void and use that Hunter in the night. So you're just trying to be aggressive. I think Rubik as a combination with the Night Stalker is a nice little, telekinesis thrown back towards your carry. And then with the Soul of the Void, you have the opportunity to get a couple of kills there and run down someone on the side of OG if you do find them.
It's also the case that once you're on top of a person, you maybe can save the Void. You don't have to stun them. And obviously the counter to a Night Stalker is TPs, because he usually has to lead with the Void.
Yeah. And, maybe we'll see a little bit of that where telekinesis into a Void, then you just TP out.
And so Lifesteal Bang does come out. This is just, it just feels like Lifesteal is quite a safe but formidable pick. Especially if you can't shut him down in the lane quick enough and he gets a decent timing on the Radiance. Like, that's the gamble the team makes. If their Lifesteal gets shut down, you're in a very bad scenario. Most times you are with carries, but because Lifestealers typically do aim for this big pick-up Radiance as their first or second item, it's a bit harder. But hello, Lone Druid making another appearance. I mean, this hero is just, he snuck out of nowhere, and seemingly his pick rate has just increased exponentially. And I feel like part of it was because of the Helm of Dominator, but even with the nerfs to the Helm, this hero is still seeing a lot of picks.
Yeah, I think the last time we saw him, personally for us, he went Helm of the Dominator into the Radiance, and it worked out. I think that was the OG game yesterday. It was the first game of the series against Pain. They won that game in 36 minutes, so it didn't have to go super long, but the Lone Druid was very effective. And with this combination, again, where you're looking for the root with the Bear, the Witch Doctor comes in with the Cask, Rolling Boulder, there's opportunities there come the mid-game when maybe Lone Druid can do something aggressive.
I mean, we saw his pick rate ban right there. I think it said 16% pick, 26% ban, which isn't bad for a hero that a few months ago, even people that were known for spamming this hero, like Bulldog, he loved this hero. He said he didn't. He couldn't play it. It was very, very weak in the laning phase.
Yeah.
Needed too many items. I mean, in theory, in people's minds, they always have this idea that Bulldog. There you go, Lone Druid, I think, a Bulldog. It kind of says it, right? Lone Druid has this ridiculous potential because he's 2 characters, right? The amount of items you could carry is crazy, but people forget games. This isn't 2 years ago when you had a Spectre at 100 minutes in, just waiting to push base. This is usually 30, 40-minute finishes, right?
Yeah, they're a lot quicker finishes now. And actually, the Bounty Hunter comes out here for Secret, which I think puts Night Stalker in the off lane, which would put Bounty for Rubik 5. And what I think of is a combination we saw recently is Bounty Hunter with Tinker. And I don't know if Secret are going to go to that, but we've seen that Tinker Bounty combination where you get, track and then you've got rockets flying out. Makes that high ground defense, and it makes that team fighting quite good too, because you pick up like a blink and then you're moving with that opponent who's tracked up. There's no way out of that, and you're just getting hit hard with rockets. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but it's definitely an idea that they could do.
They might go for it now. The DK coming out could suggest it just because, obviously, you're going to have the brief fire issues. So the great thing about laser is you at least disrupt the farm guaranteed of the Dragon Knight a little bit as well. So I wonder if they'll want to go that way.
Yeah, so Dragon Knight, Lone Druid, Witch Doctor, Earth Spirit, again, it's more lockdown for them. It's good on the tankiness of their hero, where Dragon Knight, he could be the one who's being aggressive early. They could work with 4 heroes, let Lone Druid do his thing, fight with the Dragon Knight, fight with Earth Spirit, Witch Doctor, and just kind of leave Lone Druid to his own accord, trying to farm up as much as he can, and when he's ready to fight, fight.
Don't look at your screen, but you know what I just saw? You know what it is? It's Gyrocopter coming out again, and this hero just he just creeps out of nowhere every time, right? Like for a while, everyone was like gyro ban, gyro picked, gyro ban.
100% of the time, yeah. And here it's what 16. It's same
16%
as
pick
Lone Druid,
rate.
yeah.
It's more or less
Lone
like
Druid.
it's actually less ban rate than Lone Druid. So it's an interesting change in things. I mean, this hero isn't too bad, especially the Bounty Hunter. Like, look at the heroes right now. Secret are very much in on this mid-game aggression, this early mid-game aggression, just to build a gold lead and just make sure OG folds. Whereas with the Lone Druid, I think they feel like with the Lone Druid, OG's not going to be ready to fight as soon. And, I mean, they still could go for the Tinker that you suggested, and that would be pretty filthy here, especially because a lot of these heroes are squishy. The Lone Druid is reliant on just being able to lurk at the back, make sure he's safe, but Bounty finds you and tracks you up. Tinker's going to have a field day.
And with the Night Stalker, too. So it's going to be very hard to get away from the track, get away from that vision that the Secret's going to have.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many times you can just morph back and forth as a Lone Druid to dodge out projectiles. Yeah. At some point, something has to give. And I'll tell you what they will not be given the side of Secret. They actually banned out the Shadow Fiend, which I think is a fair call. Bounty Hunter lurking around the mid lane to help out Shadow Fiend can set up good kills. It also supports our theory of this big push in the mid game.
Yeah, it will be interesting where Secret go with this last pick. Bounty Hunter, again, Night Stalker, Rubik is a solid trio, with that vision, with that pick-off potential, and really to get that trackled up and boost it. I think that's almost compensating just in case they go to late game, where, Lone Druid is going to, if he does get that gold and does get that farm, they've got track to work with.
Absolutely.
So.
I mean, there's always the catch when you have a Bounty Hunter in your lineup is you could build a big gold lead, but you're very susceptible because your supports are also getting a lot of gold.
Yeah.
And the supports are usually the weak elements that get caught out. So Rubik, I mean, looking at spells he could steal, there aren't really any escape spells there. The closest you've got is from the Earth Spirit, but without the Stone Remnants as well, there's not going to be a long roll away. They can easily predict where you're going to be. Night Stalker should be able to dodge ganks pretty well. Gyro can be finicky to jump on, especially if he cooldowns defensively. But, speaking of maybe hard things to kill, at least after the laning phase.
Oh, yeah.
Timbersaw. And this is really good against the Dragon Knight. And it does pretty well against the Lone Druid as well, because Lone Druid relies on harassing out with the bear. But with the reactive armor, once you get 2 points in that, it's very hard to actually force a Timbersaw out lane. You have, of course, got the Maledict, so he has to be careful.
Yeah, Timbersaw is just, he's going to be your frontliner here, and he's going to let the backline of what's going to end up being Gyrocopter, Bounty, Night Stalker, and Rubik do the dirty work as he runs forward at these heroes. And with the track and with the vision from Night Stalker, I don't know if you're going to be able to get away from maybe a Timbersaw chasing you with all that.
Yeah, it's definitely a snowball-oriented lineup. They've got the Gyro in case things do kind of backfire. So if he's farming the whole while, it's not all in on this one hope that we can just break the lanes and push forward.
Yeah, I think Team Secret are ready for a good early mid-game, but can also make it late as well. And OD gets picked up as the last pick for OG.
Yeah, I like that. I thought it may like it's either something like OD or Chantress, something that can do the pure damage, so to deal with the Timbersaw. And also, like OD in this scenario, his concern is definitely going to be the Night Stalker with the Crippling Fear, pretty effective at him early on. But like we said, this is probably a laning Night Stalker, so you haven't really got that paranoia of the harassment.
It'll be interesting to see where the Night Stalker goes and what he's going to be able to do in this game, especially early. I think the OD is something that might be a problem for Secret, so we'll see how they try to deal with it. Like you said, the Crippling Fear would be quite nice, especially in that first night, if they can go over there, over mid, and try and get a kill on the OD. It would be pretty
Speaking of interesting, and I think you might have already decided, just tell them from how you're speaking of it, who do you think is going to win game one?
I'm going to go with Secret, I think.
I think Secret has the aggression. I'll have to go there too. Like, Bounty Hunter, Secret make it work so well all the time.
Yeah.
And Bounty Hunter is not the king, but he's a crucial part of this. If he gets a good start, they're going to snowball out of control with the track gold.
Yeah, they look ready for the mid-early game, and they also look like they can compensate going into the late game with that Bounty Hunter, with the track gold, getting those supports at farm, and also boosting up that Night Stalker, who I'd say kind of needs that farm a little bit later in the game to not fall off very heavily, because we've seen Night Stalkers in the offlane in the past where, through the mid-game they are quite strong, and then all of a sudden they just kind of don't do as much. But maybe with Gyrocopter and Timbersaw, they can make up for the loss in Night Stalker.
And if you put enough pressure on that Owl Devourer, he keeps having to ferry out regen, and that gives Puppy so many opportunities to just snipe the Courier. And of course, as an Invis hero, like whenever I talk to the pulse fires, like, yeah, when we play those Invis heroes, our goal in life is just to kill your Courier. We're waiting, lurking around the corners, whether it's a Treant, whether it's a Bounty, or maybe a possible Nyx, they're waiting.
Yeah, we'll see how many Courier kills he gets, and actually, a little prop bet, how many Courier kills do you think he's going to get?
2.
2? All right, I'll take 3 or more.
3 or more, you just want to, wow.
Well, it's 0 to 1, 2, and then 3 or more.
Someone
usually.
call Pedder on this man, because that is clearly animal abuse. And well, let's see if it does turn into a little bit of abuse, because we are underway in the game, and both teams moving out already. You have got Puppy going pretty deep. Should be looking to get a ward around the back after scouting if anyone's bot.
We'll have to see where everybody is kind of laning at the moment, as it looks as though S4 will be over mid, but no tail heading to the safe lane. We've seen safe laners before go to the off lane, and then they go tri-lane off lane, and then solo in the safe lane. We'll see what Secret or OG are really trying to set up for. I
mean, with the Maledict cooldown being bigger, I'm not sure if you actually want to just station a tri-lane, because obviously you haven't got the constant presence you would have had. And I know if Spirit dude, he's a surprise. He just wants to come out of nowhere like, hey, you didn't see this coming, roll straight on top of you and then just smash you in the face.
Earth Spirit Party. We're all here, ready for the Earth Spirit Party as I just roll on in, and we'll see if he's able to do that as Puppy, Invis, under Jerax, and No Tail. So just has to be a little bit careful. I thought Jerax might have spotted that, but I don't think he has dust anyway to...
Puppy's just waiting to see if any wards get placed, but the thing is Fly's top with the wards right now, so he does get one ward down himself just to block the camp in the bot lane. So to stop those through pulls.
It's interesting to see Mad, who's going to be in the off lane with this OD. At least that's how it's set up right now. And it's just interesting. You usually see him mid. How do you think he's going to be able to do in this off lane?
I think they were expecting to meet Timbersaw. They're going to be surprised to find Night Stalker there. It's still good for them, but I feel like the Timber was the perspective for them.
Yeah, that advantage for them would have been quite nice to have Mad up against Timber. So Fada is going to be in this lane on the Night Stalker. They've got Fly here with Mad with the OD as well as the Witch Doctor. Definitely potential to get a couple of kills here if the Night Stalker does stay by himself.
Secret's rotating around the back though. And Puppy, he might scout them out. The sentry's there though, so if he comes to the... Oh, Jerax just made it obvious. He cancelled the attack animation, but there's no way Puppy didn't see that.
Yeah, rolling boulder, not going to catch Puppy at all. And now they've sent the Rubik here. So Rubik Night Stalker as well as Puppy on this... Bounty Hunter will be interesting. Now it's tri-lane versus tri-lane.
Yeah, I think Secret's right in kind of evening this up. You don't want to actually sit in a lane with Timbersaw in the first place. That hero needs XP desperately. So any sort of dual lanes or tri-lanes really hurt his potential to come online in the mid-game.
Yeah, mid one over mid, of course, and then he's on that gyrocopter with the DK gear.
The man always makes it simple. Like, where do you play mid one? Mid. Okay. Do you need to change your lane if you ever play a different lane? Safe one.
Off one.
Off one. I could walk. But, I mean, this is nice from Puppy. Like, he wants to lurk around mid, and the thing is, S4's not going to want to bring out the Courier because you just saw Puppy mid, right?
Yes.
So this Bounty Hunter's... And the best part is, Puppy knows this, so he goes straight bot.
Yeah, they might look to go on No Tail, Ace level 2. I don't think he's really in the mood to really go after anybody. He wants the experience. He wants to get that gold and kind of just sit stationary in this lane, complacent with just getting last hits.
Yeah, he's going to get level 3, and it'll be the second point in reactive armor, so he won't be ready to aggress. You know, he's gone for one in the Well and Death, so...
So Invis rune over bottom, and yeah, so Bounty Hunter's going to make his way over. Again, it's just to really chip away at No Tail, make him feel uncomfortable in this lane.
And, XP.
Yeah, and he actually ends up getting spotted. Jerax thinking about going in the bear, not getting the roots, so it's just, I don't know, I feel like Puppy more effective probably in other lanes at the moment.
I mean, yeah, I remember Bear gets root at the later levels, of course. That hero would be ridiculous. Could you imagine level 1 Bear just able to root people?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, who needs a Dark Willow anymore? We'll just take our chances with this. So it's more or less evened up into duo lane in the top lane, and this should really favor the Outward Devourer. So Seb should have a great time because you can already see from the last hits, it's more the case like a melee, as this lane goes on, is going to really suffer against OD. It's not, your situational melees that just run in, do a big spike of damage and leave. It's a Night Stalker that just wants to stay there, get XP, get quick boots, maybe phase boots, and then rotate.
Do you think he's going to move that first night, or is he going to just stick in the lane?
I feel like you should be moving the first night, but it's always awkward because the argument is it worth losing lane XP and gold for a kill? And I think it's going to depend on if OG start to pressure Secret's lane. So if they feel like someone's fallen behind, then you basically substitute that with the Night Stalker ganking. Because especially the first night, like, you ask most Night Stalkers, they'll be like, yeah, first night I should be getting a kill. And if you don't get a kill, you really feel like you're behind. It's usually not true, but as in, like, in statistics form, but for what the hero is meant to be doing, you just feel like you're not utilizing.
So pretty tame in the early parts of this game. Not something we've seen, at least recently. We usually see bloodbaths in the first 5 minutes.
I mean, I came for the bloodbaths, okay? They told me there would be a lot of blood. And Yapzor, he may take a little bit of damage here. The telekinesis lift, they're going to pull him back. Looks like Mad in a little bit of trouble. The cask is bouncing now. Yapzor, he needs to run, but can he get away quick enough? The Maledict is on him. The final hits go through, and Maledict will tick him out. And now they just need to get Mad out. Yapzor trying to stay alive. Can he actually survive this, though? Meanwhile, Mad. Oh, the Fade Bolt! Yapzor gets the kill, and now Fly's going to go for the TP out. He'll make it, but his carry will not. And a fantastic turnaround. But they get a kill onto Jerax as well. So Puppey, I mean, this is what he was waiting for. He wanted to see something else happen on the map, attention be drawn, and then he knew no TP response would happen.
Yeah. So getting 2 kills there, especially early. It looked like the Rubik was going to fall. Ends up getting the Fable, sit back a little bit more. The Maledict not doing as much as maybe we would have thought.
Meanwhile, mid lane.
Rocket Barrage comes on through, and S4 has to try and run. He ends up getting dropped. There's the homing missile coming out onto Jerax. He's got 3 heroes around him, trying to get back behind this tower as Fada continues the chase. He is in nighttime, so looks for the Void, gets Jerax. This should be another kill, and will be 4-0 so far for Secret. An early 1,000 net worth lead. It's going all Secret. And there's that bloodbath we were looking for.
I mean, first nighttime struck. You ask the question, there's the answer. It was a case of mid one's doing okay, but he knows he's not doing as well as Dragon Knight, so S4's getting a better lane. And out of all the heroes on the side of OG, you want to control in the laning phase is the Dragon Knight, because you know immediately as soon as he gets 6, if he feels comfortable, he's going to push tower.
Right now, just an early lead for Secret. They're, again, leaving Notel to just farm, and that's what we talked about. Is Lone Druid needs to farm. He's going to be spending most of that time farming out, and we'll see if maybe he tries to fight early if he gets that Helm of the Dominator, but I really doubt it.
It's like, it's one of those carries where fights have to come to you
over top. They go for Mad. They've got the Void as well as the Telekinesis. Faybolt hits onto the OD. I don't think he's getting away. Will not get away, and Fada with the kill onto Mad. So 5-0, 5 in a row unanswered kills here from Secret. And they're being aggressive over mid and top and pretty much leaving Lone Druid to his own accord against this Timbersaw.
They kind of have to change the lanes, but like there's no substitute that wants to be in that off lane right now, right? Like you look at their choices, like Dragon Knight's pretty tanky, but we saw how quickly anyone dies in that top lane. Yeah. And you don't want to Lone Druid there. Meanwhile, Mad gets caught again, lift it back, the Void's there, and you've got to remember this is nighttime. Just in Fada's domain, and you're just not being careful here.
Yeah, they're getting him again, and it's 6 kills in a row here for Secret as, DK getting a little bit low over mid. He might actually drop. They are looking for Fly over towards top. They've got a couple of heroes here. Fly trying to get away under this tower, trying to heal himself up. A Puppey continuing on forward. Here's Yapzor. Here's Fada. Still nighttime. There's the Telekinesis. They'll drop him down, and with the Void, Fada will get another kill for Secret, and DK also drops mid.
They are not respecting the Night Stalker at all. They are not respecting this first night cycle and how big that attack speed and movement speed is, especially with Rubik there, because also once the Fade Bolt comes out, you can't stay and return damage. You know you have to leave. And I know it's hard. The mentality is, like, early on, especially you don't want to give away, but in the mid lane, Dragon Knight, it's what's going for this. But, I mean, El Dragon Form just used to essentially force mid one away. Yeah. And he needs to actually get pressure on the tower now. He needs to get value out of using that.
It feels like he's almost trying to make up for how far down they are. Like, he forced out that Outer Dragon form in a spot that maybe he doesn't even need it. Yeah, that forces mid one back, but I just don't think that's really enough.
Well, he's shown his hand. He's shown that he wants to fight. So he's leveled the Dragon Tail. There's like you can go for it at 5. It's dependent on what you plan to do in the next minute or two. But speaking of things being done, Fada on the bot lane going to go straight for No Tail here. He's going to use the rule to get them away, and Mad is here as well. But look at the TP response. They need to work quick. The root holding Ace in place, but he'll make his escape. Mid one trying to chase through, won't be able to find it. But Fada turns on the No Tail. There is no rule for them to escape. Puppey forced away. This Bear and Hellbait just doing so much damage. They have to back off. They can't continue that chase. And the power of a creep taken at this point in the game. That is exactly what you just saw there.
OG, it looked as though, that Boulder Smash comes out onto Ace. He has to try and get away. There's the Timber Chain off, but the cast bounces around, and it will stun up Ace. He's only level 6, but has that reactive armor, getting chased continually. Now Puppy's see now, as they've got the ward, they've got the vision, continuing on forward. Will be mad, the Chakram thrown forward. And again, OG just pressuring in between the Tier 1 and the Tier 2. His Secret are forced back further and further.
Oh no, the cooldown though. Mid one going to get caught out here. They chase onto him, but he's moving quick enough to get away. The creeps have arrived, and so is the bear, but they make it to the shrine. Yapsel, maybe left behind, should be able to move away quick enough. And once again, Ace is being super aggressive, straight into Mad's face here. Chasing across, can they actually pursue this? The bear's super low, so OG, they just don't want to fight. They need to get some health on that bear before they return to this.
Yeah, fortunately enough for Secret, OD did not have Sanity's Eclipse. He had stacked up almost 30 intelligence at that point. You drop a Sanity's Eclipse on top of this team, and you're really going to do some damage. But I think that was just fortunate for Secret that he was only level 5 at the moment.
I mean, he hasn't been getting enough levels, and usually, like, that would have been a dream come true, because when you're playing OD, your first point into Sanity's Eclipse, it's actually not about killing people, it's about getting rid of the mana so you can kill people.
Yeah, usually that level 1 Sanity's Eclipse you drop early in the fight so they don't have mana, and you want to be able to work forward from there where they can't throw anything back at you.
It's like, you're not going to stun me, now I'm just going to run at you, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty effective. And now they might want to push on the mid lane. Oh, Yapsel, he's actually going to start stealing Lone Druid spells. This is a different approach. I mean, you might as well have something.
Tail moved over mid, they've put S4 over top, but
they're trying to pressure the lanes. They're just trying to get a tower. They're trying to open up the map a little bit. But now Fada, Nighttime comes out, jumping on S4, Dranktail through. Can Ace chase this? He's a little bit too slow, but Puppy coming around the backside. They might get this. The slow goes on. Janata gonna chase through. There's the Chakram. S4 stuck in the middle. There's the cooldown as well. Everyone's come up for this kill. They want themselves some Dragon Meat. The turnaround. Jerax is stunned. So many people. Mid one trying to stand his ground. Zebi can't stay in. Mad gets shredded and so does Fly. They might chase for more, but it looks like Jerax is far enough away. They lose 3 heroes there. As Secret, Nighttime strikes again.
Yeah, Nighttime, Night Stalker, he's ready to go. They also bring over Ace in mid one. He looked for a split second. OG was going to turn that around with a 3-man Boulder Smash that Jerax landed. At that point, though, Mad was a little bit too low to really make the turnaround possible, and then they just wiped him with those 3 heroes.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you've got to respect Jerax when he's on Nurse Spirit, but at the same time, Secret have such a nice clustered fight. You've got the Gyro, who's going to do the Rocket Barrages. You've got the Timbersaw, who wants to be close to you as well. Night Stalker wants to be punching in the face. Most of their lineup actually is fine with being grouped like that, because OG don't have that huge spike. Like, they don't have a giant AoE. They don't have an Echo Slam. They don't have these big spells. They've got to an extent with the Brief Fire, which isn't too bad. They've got the cast bounces. But then you're relying on the Maledict over time to tick people out. And if you can't get 1 kill and flip it, then Secret, this is what we were saying at the start, they are a very tanky lineup.
Especially with the reactive armor on Ace, Gyro, as well as the Timbersaw. Like we saw in that last fight, they're just able to run you down. And you don't really have that turnaround. And even when Jerax does something like stun 3 people with a Boulder Smash, it didn't seem like it was enough, as they've already taken too much damage. They can't even find a kill at this point. It's 11-0, 3,000 net worth lead for Secret.
And Puppy's almost 6.
Yeah, and Puppy's almost 6. They have a lead. That means they're getting track gold afterwards. It's only going to boost up a little bit further, and they've got the Sentry. S4 is going to hide for now as Mad comes over, but Puppy able to make it safely across the mid lane.
They'd love to find him right now. We were just saying he's very close to 6, so if you can slow that down, you're a little bit less worried, so that when you lose 3 heroes, if you lose 3 heroes like that previous fight, you don't give away like 1,000, 1,500 gold.
Yeah, those fights are going to be more costly as Bounty Hunter hits that 6, so they need to be worried about Puppy, and they need to be worried about this 6, and as well as the aggression, because they've got 11 kills, so they're not just standing still as the Void comes out, as well as the Telekinesis onto this DK. S4 trying to get away as he hits the Dragon Tail on a Fada. The cast follows it up with the Maledict. They throw the ulti from Fly, but he's able to run back as Jerax just a little bit to the right of Fada with that Boulder Smash. Trying to lock it in from far outside the box.
Level 2 Maledict isn't feeling so strong right now, is it?
No, it's not, and it just doesn't seem like it's doing enough, where maybe last patch you'd feel it more early.
Oh, they're baiting Puppy.
Got the rolling boulder. There's the speed. They've got the Boulder Smash to follow it up. Puppy slowed down. Fly comes in. They've got S4 surrounding Puppy, and there actually is the Boulder Smash as they kill off Puppy.
Well, Fada now knows there's actually vision there, and that's how they knew what's going on. It was interesting that he ran in so boldly, even though it's nighttime, considering he just saw them jump on Puppy for no reason, who was invis. but luckily he gets away. Nighttime is his friend. He'll be able to run away quick enough. And all the while, Ace is trying to farm up. I think this is a big concern. Like, yes, Lone Druid is farming fantastically well, but in fairness, Ace, he's doing pretty well for an off-lane Timber here. He did get left alone, but still. And top, Mad, a little bit of trouble. Fada chasing on Timber, go for the TP out, and once again, the weakness of the Night Stalker finally exposed.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, is you throw that Void and then it's like, now what, you're not going to stop me from TPing out. It's just, it's not going to happen. As they've got the telekinesis as well as the call down. Rocket Barrage comes through on S4. They've got Fly the Boulder Smash. That's going to actually split the seams. I'm not sure it hit. The cast comes through. They'll take out S4 anyway. Timber chain forward from mid one, maybe looking for more. But with YapzOr getting the kill and those two supports backing off, they're not going to find anything else. And now it is 12-1.
I always love the beautiful irony when you kill, like, as a Rubik, you kill someone with one of their own spells. Like, last scenario, like, I am the Dragon Knight now. I mean, it'd be even more so if you held the Elder Dragon form, right? Like, I am definitely the Dragon now. That fits the lore as well, like, you know, Dragon Knight, the whole killing, and
nice
oh no!
Boulder Smash as they come on through. There's the Sanity's Eclipse dropped early with the Maledict getting hit, as well as the ulti onto Fada. They don't get the kill just yet. They'll take out Fly. They'll look for Mad as he gets hit by the homing missile, and they will get the kill as Ace shreds him with the Timber Chain as well as the Whirling Death. The turnaround trying to come from OG as there's the Rolling Boulder forward, but right into the Whirling Death of Ace. There's the track placed on Jerex. The chase is still on. S4 trying to find Ace. Boulder Smash is going to land. He's not got a lot of mana left over, but another Whirling Death comes out. They've got the Magnetized Dragon Tail, but he's already onto the high ground with the Timber Chain. S4 into the Elder Dragon form, and they might just look to push the mid-tier 1.
Like, you can't chase the Timbersaw like that. You need to just get him straight away or back away. They will get the tower at least, so that's good. They need to actually get some gold. They're feeling a little bit hungry right now. The Ace isn't going to let them do this easy. They're going to look for something to expose right now. They could actually stop them from taking the tower. They'll get the deny. Not worth keeping it up. But, you still haven't actually got OG's tier 1 mid, and that's a big deal. The fact that they've held on to it that long, despite the dominance from Secret in the laning phase.
Yeah, big dominance coming out from Secret, and it's only going to get worse because now they've got track to work with, so it'll be interesting to see how OG is going to try and react. They're looking for the Radiance, getting close to the Sacred Relic as a Lone Druid, so he's not too far off that Radiance. It's not the worst timing in the world, especially because he went for that Helm of the Dominator. But once he gets that Radiance, I wouldn't be surprised to see OG now being the aggressors and not trying to play the counterplay.
Yeah, well, Secret looking to fix that completely as they smoke up. They're going to move around. Remember, the track was online last fight, and it'll be online again. And no tell, you were just talking about the man. He gets called out. The cooldown telekinesis lifters hold him in place, and now there's no escape. The track gold's going to go their way, but look at this. Fly coming across. The homing missile going to hit. They should be chasing onto this. Mid one, Rocket Barrage chasing through. Fly in a little bit of trouble. They get the track out, and now Jerex, he can't roll away. He gets stunned by the Void. Double kill for YapzOr, and 3 dead on the side of OG.
And there's that track coming out on all those heroes as they grab a bunch of gold, now going up from 3,000 to 5,000 net worth ahead, and that's a 2,000 net worth change. You get 3 kills there, all have track, and it is just beautiful from Secret at this point, and they're looking to continue being aggressive, continue going down the throats of OG, and not letting them get that answer. Killing off No-Tail is huge because it pushes back that Radiance, and it pushes back where OG are looking steadily to fight for quite some time. It's now
Puppey.
over mid, they've got Puppey, a little bit in trouble, but he's got mid one here with the homing missile ready to fly.
No-Tail might be in a little bit of trouble. They might want to go on this. But Fly's a little bit too far back now. S4 was guarding, so right call made by them.
They've got the Bloodstone on Timber, and like we see with Lina and Leshrac, that first fight is very important once you have that Bloodstone because you want to get that as much value as you can out of it. And when you die in that first exchange and you get your charges cut like that, you're just looking to go up. You know, obviously everybody's trying to go up, but you want to make sure that first fight goes right when you pick up a Bloodstone.
I mean, speaking of going up, what you'll probably see the Timber do next is I could see him looking towards the Yules here. It's a pretty good pick up this game because you can dodge out spells from the Earth Spirit, the Witch Doctor, and the Dragon Knight. And of course, that beautiful combo that has been happening a lot at the moment, which is you Timber Chain and then you Yules up, and then it drags you out safely.
Secret's up so much.
Yeah.
That track's just showing 7,000 net worth.
But it's not just the tracks, it's the fact that your Gyro can farm actually just as well as anyone on OG, but he's getting these track goals as well. And you just saw, like, they're on the dire side, so they've got that infamous triangle of glory for him. Just stack all those camps and watch him farm.
I love that that's become the triangle. Like, that's just the code word for that area. And you're able to farm up that full triangle. I don't know. Personally, for me, it's always impressive to see someone who can farm it very efficiently like that, especially mid one over there, farming with the gyrocopter.
That's why I love gyro mid, because you can just use the flat cannon as well to harass out, and people can't get away because the range one is insane.
Yeah.
And OG, no. They know that someone's up here, and if they look in the right place, they might find Fada, but they are looking in the wrong direction.
They might
Maybe
actually
they get
Yaps,
consolation price.
or yeah, that would be a nice consolation prize, a nice
Also roll
silver.
them.
But there's the rolling boulder. It will hit. The boulder smash follows it up. Blink as well as the Dragon Tail should have this kill and will get this kill. Telekinesis a little bit late, but nobody there to follow it up from Secret.
You feel bad for him. Like he basically shoo himself for a tiny sliver of a second, and Fada in the meantime gets shredded by Fly. He jumps straight on top of him.
Yeah, no tail there with him, and 5 heroes up top. They'll take this tier 1 tower. It's looking good for OG. They're starting to bring it back, and that's the kind of aggression that they need.
I mean, I feel like Secret need to respect the fact that OG as a 5-man is pretty strong still. Yes, they're building a lead, but when you split up the way Secret did, I don't think that's the way to go. I mean, it's nighttime, so I can actually appreciate that Fada thought he was a lot safer, but it's nighttime. So instead of feeling safe, get aggressive would be my advice.
And I like that from OG. They do need to make up this deficit, which at some point was 7,000. Now only 5,000. So if they're able to cut it back, get the Radiance, yeah, they can start being the team they wanted to be. And it's taken him 20 minutes to get to this point. But
that's fine.
I think now they found their items and they can turn this around. They can start being the ones who are aggressing.
Well, look at straight away. They just want to create space for Lone Druid to farm, so they're going to smoke up and go aggressive and mad.
Ooh, smoke broken by
but no one
Puppy.
brought dust, so Puppy walked away. Fly rise, but he flies way too late. He's waiting for Puppy to come back and break that smoke again.
Yeah. And they throw a nice ward up there towards the top end of this jungle. They're trying to go in deep, where the tier 1, in between where the tier 1 and the tier 2 stands, and actually go more towards the top lane. Yeah,
just getting the whole jungle
aggressive wards.
It's good because they know Gyro wants to keep farming, and Gyro is basically a jackpot for them. It's the gold pot at the end of the rainbow.
Lotus Orb picked up for OD as well as Boots of Travel for
I actually really like this. Like, you think what you're up against, the Void, the Silence, and also it's going to get rid of the Silence. That your biggest, as an outward devourer going this mid-game, your biggest threat is being silenced.
Yeah, you want to be able to get rid of that crippling fear, which especially at night is going to be such a hamper to your fight. So Timbersaw just ace up here, trying to defend for now, maybe looking to go in a little bit later as OD's making his way over, as well as the rest of OG. They are in the jungle. Puppy spots all this, but he's in the sentry ward. There's the dust, has to go in the corner, and Boulder Smash comes out on 2. Now they've got S4 continuing to go in with the Maledict coming through. Call down hits as well as the Rocket Barrage. Lifted up will be S4. Timber chain forward with the Whirling Death. They've already taken out 3 on the backlines. They've got the Root coming on through onto Fana, though. Take him out. So 2 dead on Secret as the rest start to go back, and only 2 survive from OG. They can't continue to proceed forward on Secret, and this is a little bit of the aggression hurting them.
They can actually continue to go because they've got a Lone Druid and he's looking to do so, but Timbersaw's not the target. They want to get onto Puppy, but they haven't got detection. They'll have to back up and look towards the tower. No Tail wants to be a little bit careful of that bear getting low, but that's the thing. They can still aggress. The problem is they just don't have detection. Yeah. So they will back off as a result of that, or maybe hang around and look for an initiation with Mad.
Try to TP out, but there's the lift onto the bear. They throw him down. Ace continuing forward as Mad continues to hit away at Ace, but again, they're just trying to keep this engagement a little bit long, maybe waiting for this gyrocopter to come back.
I mean, this is always the counter side to the whole Helmet Dominator on the Lone Druid, is your bear's going to give 300 gold. You're just adding another 200 gold, and we just saw they got the Centaur. They're happy with that. Like, it's almost as good as killing the support at this point. Minus the track.
Yeah. Can we track the Centaur? Can we get a little bit of a buff here for Bounty Hunter?
Yes, because this hero definitely needs to be picked up more.
I want him every game, first pick every time.
What? Oh, good lord. That's like Chinese Dota about a year ago, I think.
They are looking to go in on Mad. They've got Puppy on the front lines. Mad backing.
Oh, roll on the side. The Dragon Tail comes out. Looks to Fada, getting pretty low. They do use the Silence Clip pretty early. The Maledict should take Fada out in the end, but the Death Ward doing a lot of work in return as Rubik did steal it. No Tail uses the fear to try and get them away, but Puppy, he's got the track on him. I don't know where that Timber Chain was going, but I can tell you they're running straight for No Tail's face. Can they do enough damage? No, they can't. S4 gets the kill with the Dragon Tail, and now Ace needs to chase for more. Fly getting super low, but he will stay alive with the Food Restoration, but not with the after effect of that Timber Chain. S4 just looking at the Courier. Mischance uphill plus Glyph means he won't get it. It's a favorable trade for Secret in the end.
Yeah, they lose the Bounty Hunter a little bit early, but he did get those tracks out to start that fight. They get a couple of kills there, again, with Ace. S4 still looking for this Courier. Yeah, I think they know exactly where he is. They've got that vision. There's the telekinesis coming on through. They've got mid one continuing on forward. The homing missile, it's going to fly through. Gets the stun, gets the Courier, but he will lose his life in exchange.
Woof, woof. Mission accomplished. Yeah, you didn't embarrass the man, okay? You thought you were tricking him. But in the end, he's like, you know what, Dragon Form's running out. I'm going to be useless for a while. Might as well just get some gold for my team. $1.
It almost felt like one of those old compendium challenges. Get X courier kills.
Meanwhile, Fada, they almost caught him there with the boulder smash. I mean, even at nighttime, you get caught by that boulder smash, the follow-up is going to kill you.
Yeah.
He's going for the halberd here, which I really, really like. It's mainly going to be for the Outward Devourer, especially since he's gone for that Lotus, and he's going to be looking to get rid of silence. So as soon as he gets rid of silence, disarm. It's just basically Fada's whole existence this game feels like he's there to just annoy the crap out of Mad.
Yeah, one way or another, you're not hitting me.
I guess you could say he's trying to make Mad. I'm going to stop.
I'm going to go.
Just go. I hate myself for that one. But I like that mid one's gone for this Ags. So we've talked about this in previous series and how it's kind of been very popular with CIS, but not elsewhere. And wow, he's got a solo kill on the fly. But the thing about the gyro Ags...
Rolling boulder over mid. They look for Yapsor. There's the Yules on up. Rubik trying to keep himself alive, but there's the boulder smash as well as the magnetize. And yeah, 4 heroes around you. You're not getting out. You're just a Rubik, and you will fall to S4.
That's that stun effect you saw there. So what I was going to say about the Ags is when they jump on you and they stun you like that, you're still attacking them. You don't care. Like, you're getting value even when you're the target. So it kind of, it's an insurance policy. Do you want to go after the gyro who's attacking you more? Not really, but you have to. So you jump on him, he's still killing you while you're stunning him up. There's no stuns left for Ace. Timbersaw snowballs out of control in the fight.
Yeah, we were kind of seeing a little bit of that in the last fight over in the top jungle area, where Ace was coming across more and more and was missing a couple of things that were, if he hit those abilities, might have put it all together. But he'll have Ags, he'll have the double chakram, and if he's given an opportunity like that again, I think he just goes all over OG, and they might even get the team wipe. I
mean, it's really smart itemization because he's got 22 Bloodstone charges on that Timber, and he's going for the Ags next. So if mid one can draw that attention, I mean, we see what happens when a hero gets like 30 Bloodstone charges. It doesn't make it impossible, but Timbersaw, he's not as ridiculous as someone like a Storm Spirit with a Bloodstone, but he's still pretty insane.
Yeah, he's able to just survive with the reactive armor, constantly have mana to continue to go in.
They go on to him here.
Yeah.
Void comes out, the stance there as well. S4's got no escape. Ace just arriving to get the kill, and more track gold. This time he'll be dead for 50 seconds.
Whew. And
they'll get Roche.
Godlike his Ace, and that's, straight into Roche.
And they can do this pretty quick as well. Ace could just tank this if they get a little bit paranoid, because you are a Timbersaw.
Ready with that reactive armor, and that brings him to 23 Bloodstone charges.
I mean, OG know this is going on, but they can't actually do anything about it. They're TPing now, but it's going to be too late at this point.
Especially without DK, I just don't think you're able to get in there. They don't really have as much lockdown as they would like, and there it is. There's the first Roche kill. They get the Aegis, and with that secret, they could use it to farm, but at this point, they're 9,000 net worth ahead.
And they're going to go with Wolf. Goodbye,
nice,
Wolf.
Easy 200 gold.
It's a mini bear. And because they're taking things like the Alpha Wolf, it's so easy to kill.
Yeah, just quick cleanup, quick 200 gold, and it's that's nice. That's nice. It's a nice little appetizer, I'd say.
Helmet Dominate is so good as an item, but if it wasn't as ridiculously powerful as it was with the stats given, rather the regen given and the attack speed, I'm not sure if it would ever be picked up against heroes like Gyrocopter, because he just laughs like flat cannon. I'm gonna hit everything in range. Let's go.
Hi, I'd like 200 gold, please. Oh, certainly. Here you go.
This is a drive-through order for Gyro.
So, yeah, Timbersaw Ace will pick up that Ags and Solar Crest here for the Bounty Hunter. Again, we talked about it in the draft, where Bounty Hunter makes it so those supports have so much gold. Look at where Night Stalker is. Look at where Rubik is. Bounty Hunter sitting at the bottom of his team with 5,100 gold. But they're still so rich.
Yapso's down here, and so is Fada. They're going to get rolling onto Fada. In the meantime, Yapso does get Dragon Tailed and killed off. But look at this, just trying to interrupt Fada from getting out. He do get the stun, and now Fada should die as well. Makes it nighttime, going to fly through the trees, but they can catch up with him here. He's got a few seconds before Imminent Fate catches up, and S4 sees him in the tree line. The Dragon Tail goes out. The disarm won't save him, as Mad is there as well. And I was about to say, like, what you're saying about they're worth so much gold, yes, which means a kill on Rubik. Like, look how much gold Rubik is worth. He's worth more than Fada.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
It is.
That he's gotten more than the core Night Stalker that it just seems like he is everywhere. Yapsor is doing so much.
Like, Bounty Hunter's kind of like well, speaking of Bounty Hunter, gets stunned up. Jarax's ping is like, I didn't bring detection. Can someone get over here so we can actually kill off a Bounty Hunter? Nice roll through, boulder. Catches him. Can he actually hit another spell? It doesn't catch him. Jarax, are you going to blindly go for it? Pull it back, pull it back. He gets the kill. Dude, it's like a game. Good. It's like a game of battleships. I told you, man. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to just stick this over here. Did I hit your battleship? Yes, you killed my bounty hunter who's worth 5,000 gold, which, as a support worth 4,000, you're quite happy with that as a solo kill.
Oh, yeah. So 28 minutes in, 26 to 11. Again, Secret still with now a 10,000 net worth lead, and that does come from the track, come from the fights that they take. And they haven't exactly stuck together, I'd say, with this Aegis. They're using it more to farm, which I didn't think they do. I thought
it's an insurance policy.
Yeah. I thought, though, they'd be a little bit more aggressive with it.
We've seen teams a lot more reserved and paranoid nowadays because they know how easily games can turn on them. This isn't a few years ago where people would make one big play because they want to finish quicker and get 5-man black hole and die or something like that. But the problem with this is, when you split up like this, when you've got the Aegis as an insurance policy and you're not stacked together, you just saw the pickoffs that happen, and even a bounty hunter might shift like 1,000 gold towards OG because you're reaching that value on each of these heroes. I just feel like bounty hunters, the communist of Dota. Everyone is equal. Everyone must have their fair share of the pie.
Even my position 5 Rubik is equal.
That's not equal. That's better off than 2 people in his team.
Better off than the DK. He's got more net worth than the
Actually,
DK.
in fairness, he was a POS 4, so it's it's a little bit more reasonable.
That is true. Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
I like it though. I like Yap's like always finds gold. This man is ridiculous. But Rubik with gold is actually quite threatening. Get stuff like a blink, maybe a 4-star. These sort of items can really flip a fight.
So BKB for the gyro as well as the Satanic coming out next. Not going for the butterfly, something we saw the other day, which you weren't a fan of. You didn't like the no butterfly strain of Satanic.
No, I think that was a Skadi game, wasn't it? Like, it's weird. Some teams are doing Skadi. And I think butterfly is a really good item. It depends how you feel. You haven't really got any heals. I don't think I've seen a Spirit Vessel come out yet for them. And that might be part of why. So they, especially with the Ags, if you just trigger Satanic, they'll want to stun you to stop you healing up, but they can't because the Ags is just attacking. But you can go butterfly afterwards. I mean, it depends. Like, if they're maybe aiming a little bit later and maybe looking for some more kills. And we said about the fact that they want to actually deter this side of OG from attacking mid one, and this really helps. And you know what might help them actually find a kill? A haste rune.
And they are setting up to posture over on this top lane, continuing to push. Again, they still have this Aegis. Looking for the BKB on, I didn't see who that was, but Satanic, again, from Gyro. They lift up the bear, and this should be the main entree, 300 gold.
Delicious. And now
they're going to continue to go on to S4. They've got the call down, not looking for it just yet. Jarex, just lands the Boulder Smash onto the Night Stalker.
They just missed a golden opportunity. They didn't see it, but S4 got astraled. Mad tried to help him by astraling, so they could have actually postured straight on top of him and probably killed him. But I think he was just outside, so they didn't want to risk it.
Again, it's like you were saying, they just want to play it a little bit more safe, use that Aegis as the insurance policy.
Yeah, and you just heard it expire right then, so they read it correctly. If they go into that fight and it drags out, maybe 10 seconds, that's the difference between OG going, hold on a sec, Gyro is about to lose Aegis versus not.
Yeah, and it's that knowledge of just like that timing. Like, do we want to go in here, risk where that Aegis is maybe we lose a fight because the Aegis times out in the middle of the fight.
He's dead.
They're going to find Fly. They've got the double chakram. They'll rip him down. Ace with another Bloodstone charge as it continues to just rack up for him.
I think he's just like lobbing them at people's head right now. It kind of caves their skull in, and he goes, yep, that collected some blood. Stick this back in my pocket. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, more found. Ace, you said Bloodstone charges. How about another one? And another one. Maybe another one?
Would it be weird if he just starts to get covered in more and more blood with that Bloodstone as the model gets more and more red?
That should be the effect, or like it gets really big in your inventory and eventually takes up 2 slots. This thing's heavy, man. 50 charges?
It's a lot of blood.
And well, maybe they want to hit something that isn't people's faces right now. They're going to find the bear again. They can't run away. It's got a blade mail on it. This is the stage of desperation. Mid one, he gets caught out. He's going to die. But now Fana needs to run quick. They've just lost their big fat Gyro. They did get the bear, though. They will be able to move away. Nighttime will allow them to get that gap, get and close off, move vision away from them. But Mad is still looking at this. He doesn't have any mobility items. There's the Yules. S4 gets a stun out now. The Chakrams come through. BKB on S4. They should find the kill on the Yapsaw, but they did use Mad's BKB as well. Really paranoid about that reinitiation from Timbersaw.
Yeah, I didn't really like that reinitiation from Secret. I think they should have just left, cut their losses, and they got a little bit overly aggressive there as they tried to find at least something, and it did turn on them. They only lose Rubik, which is fine, but still, they could have just gone out and only lost one.
I think you're right. Like, they know that the Dragon Knight has that Blink Dagger. He's had it for a while now, so you're always risking getting caught out by that. It's good to see that our Devourer, He went for the Dragon Lance. He was going to get the Hurricane Pike, but has decided he's in a position where he can get the Blink Dagger. We were just talking about how he doesn't have any mobility right now, and that's really hurting his ability to chase after the fights. But I don't think it's wrong with his itemization up to this point. They have been on the back foot in these fights. They can't chase.
Yeah, it's even just how do you chase a Timbersaw?
A lot of silences and hoping he doesn't have any way of getting rid of them. Sadly, I'm pretty sure he does at this point, so especially between him and his teammates. And smoke up from OG as they move towards the mid lane, and S4 just gets shredded by Ace.
Ace getting another kill beyond godlike at this point. They lose the DK with the smoke coming in from the side. It looked like OG were ready to go in, but I don't know if they were totally ready for Secret to jump on DK.
You never expect this much from a Timbersaw. Like, you always afterwards you go, oh yeah, it's a Timbersaw. But in your mindset, you're like, how much damage can one hero do to a Dragon Knight? That's like one of the tankiest heroes in the game. And this is without Spirit Vessel. We were saying Night Stalker didn't go for the Spirit Vessel, and now lift onto the bear again. It's going to die once more. It's got the Blade Mail, but Ace just doesn't care. They'll let it live.
It almost seems like they're baiting the bear at this point, because that's how they got the kill in the last fight. You use your lift, you use your stuns already on the bear. What do you have left? And then they try to jump in, and that's I think helped them get the kill on mid one. Is Mad pretty far forward, I would say, he could get jumped on.
I mean, they know how important the bear is. So they just basically want to force OG to overcommit to defend it. And then once they get the entrance kill, the bear is not that useful. Now, look what they found. Get their hands on Jerax, but have to back away. The bear trying to run off. They will get the tower. That is your final outer tower as well on the side of OG. So you are feeling a little bit pushed in now. With a 16k net worth lead on Secret, they're starting to feel how heavy their money bags are.
And the only one with buyback is the DK, so if a fight does go poorly, that could just be it.
Absolutely. And with Roche up as well, without those towers, you start to feel a little bit closed in. So OG, in the next minute or two, they need to smoke up, go for a ward run, get some vision on the map, set up for Roche themselves, because if they get their hands on an Aegis and stick it on to Mad, easy. Just walk in. You're not as paranoid anymore. You don't have to be reserved about these fights. You just charge forward.
It'll be interesting to see if OG do contest this Roche as they didn't on the last one, but they lost. They were only with 4 at that point on the last one, so they couldn't really contest the last Roche.
At that point, S4 was crucial to interrupt and Roche. I mean, when you look at the lineup, if they can actually have a Witch Doctor on the side, not be interrupted, he's brutal with a Death Ward, but you're up against a Night Stalker, and Bounty's probably going to track you at some point. You just sure can toss through, interrupt him every time.
Well, we saw what they were doing with the Vision when they were taking the tier 2. They were able to see that Earth Spirit, get the Urn on him, get the track on him, make him very uncomfortable from quite a distance, and that's something that they can do when they go for Roche, especially if they set up in the right spots.
So, Blink Dagger has been picked up by the OD a little bit ago, and he is actually looking towards that Shivas. I mean, we haven't been talking about the guy's itemization much, but I like the fact that he's going for tankiness. He's got the BKB, and that really just gets rid of the threat of Timber, which means he wants the armor to deal with Gyro and just run down Gyro. If you can get on top of Gyrocopter, then actually mid one's in a lot of trouble.
Smoke coming out from Secret. We'll see if they do end up spotting OG, who are on the top end of the map. They are coming around. They've got the Night Stalker, so I think he's got vision so far on Mad as well as S4. No tail there as well.
Well,
they are trying to set up to get ready for this fight, and they'll find the bear. There's the telekinesis. They'll have him all by himself. Blade Mail is not going to do enough for you, and an easy 300 gold, that goes to Ace, who's just getting richer.
Like, you see what I mean with OG. Every time they bring that damn bear out, they know what's going to happen. And they need to scout that bear. The lineup is not confident to send anyone else forward to scout because, I mean, you got the blink for Mad, but you want to have that to react. You don't want to have that as like, even if you do have the blink and you go on the high ground and you don't see them coming, you're going to get stunned, silenced, there's no chance you get it off. You'll be forced to use the BKB charge, and Secret just have so many ways of disengaging. It's really concerning.
It'd be interesting to see if OG, maybe they do line up with somebody forward as they've got themselves the OD a little bit far forward. There's the telekinesis with the Lotus Orb, so Yapsor does lift himself back up. The Volter Smash comes across with a call down. S4, he's got the pipe that was used by No-Tail. Continue to go in with the Shiva's Guard as well as the Chakram. That's going to be No-Tail getting chased down by the side of Secret. They'll get themselves the kill. They'll take out 2. They've already lost the Witch Doctor. Continuing on forward to S4 as he's got the track on him as well as this side of Secret continuing to chase him down. There's Ace coming forward. Chakram, Timber Chain, whirling death, and they get the kill. 3 dead on OG, and they've only got buyback on LD.
Yeah, the BKBs that used a few charges, they're getting lower now, and this is really starting to hurt them. We see that ginormous gold swing, a combination of bounty and the gold that OG were dragging back in their favor. I mean, don't get me wrong, the net worth was still very much in Secret's favor, but they were starting to actually get some good monies. Now, Secret going really deep, actually going to go straight forward, and they do pick you up on this Mad. Going to pull him back. Odin in a lot of trouble against super low. Jerax just tries to eat the stuns, and he does die for it. Now they're going to try and move away. The cask is bouncing. Ace needs to be very careful here. I mean, this is the thing, you got a lot of health. Maledict can hurt. They will get another tower, and how do you go in? You got a buyback on Jerax. You really need to defend at this point. Mad does have the Silence Eclipse. Where's the initiation? Jerax with the double stun. Follow up from Fly. The cask will not bounce anywhere, though. And now they're going to go in. Ace, he's going to go straight for Fly. They'll get the kill on onto Jerax. They go next. They find both the supports, and now the only one left is Mad. He hides in his own special world in the Astral Imprisonment because he knows alone he can do nothing, but no tail is back up. Maybe they've got some hope in this. As Secret, they start to rotate to the top lane. If you run that bear in hopelessly, though, you will lose it, even with a blade mail.
Yeah, they've taken out that bear constantly, and they are going to go for this tier 3. She was used again by Ace just to deter them from coming on in. The Void thrown onto the bear. They've got track onto No Tail. Again, Secret still here, 5 heroes ready to go, but OG know that this is their last tier 3, their last set of racks. They need to make something happen, so they start with the bear. The BKB pop by mid 1. They've got the track again onto No Tail. Lotus Orb placed there through onto the bear, but they're just pushing him back. They'll take the tier 3. Secret try to retreat, and looking for something was Mad there, but with a blink forward, not enough range to get maybe an Astral Imprisonment, and they will be able to back off, get that shrine, clean up, and maybe reinitiate in a moment.
Yeah, there's no need to risk it. 32k net worth lead, but you got a Bounty Hunter that can switch on you quickly, even with supports dying. Roche is up, why not just secure that, then go back in and finish the game out? And OG know that this is the case. I mean, you actually look, they're getting ready to wrap around. The movement is occurring, and they're going to run straight in. Oh, the smoke. The Absolute instantly comes out of it as the Astral imprisons their Ace. Will be forced away by the fear. Will be able to make his escape. Father on the back foot, ready to reinitiate if they need to, but that bear, just, they're kiting it perfectly on the side of Secret. Movement forward, S4. Can't find anyone. They'll shrine up, and if you actually chase now, OG do lose this game. They can't find to the choke point, not up against the Timbersaw. They'll go straight for the Roche, and this is ballsy, but they have to do something.
Yeah, they try to go for this Roche. Ace is ready to go. They've got the track on a Fly. I think that's the Stolen Astral Imprisonment from Yapsor. They throw the Chakram in. They spot that the bear is the only thing in there. So now with Astral Imprisonment thrown.
They actually need to go fight. The cooldown comes out, but BKB by S4 as he moves forward. The stun is there. They need to find this kill quickly, but they can't get on a puppy. And now they're retreating because mid one, the flat cannon is flying. Lots of damage being done. And Farda on the side with that BKB just doing a lot of damage on the No Tail. They'll shred through him. Lone Druid dead for 70 seconds, and now Jerax needs to get out. You can't afford to lose more people. Mad, he's spotted out by the track, disarmed as well. BKB comes out, but he actually has to use the Astral just to run away. S4 trying to reinitiate, but there is your Timber once again just shredding through the Dragon Knight. He's going to die, and they are in full retreat. Only 2 people left, and you've got barely anything to work with. The buyback there from Lone Druid, but that's all you've got. You're still 2 down. They'll jump in, they'll find another one as Mad just disappears from the map. And there's the Astral coming out. GG gets called. OG have had enough. Secret, they take game 1 with as much gold net worth lead as minutes passed in the game.
Wow, just averaging 1,000 net worth per minute gain, and it's just, how do you come back from that? They were so far ahead once Bounty Hunter had that level 6 that he was able to track, he was able to boost that gold, they were staying aggressive. OG always felt like they were on the back foot and couldn't really make something of this game. There were a couple of moments that looked okay for them, but overall in that game, Secret just had them from, start to finish.
I mean, I feel like they were kind of like, maybe, I can't speak for OG, I'm not a captain, but I think maybe they were thrown off. Maybe I'm captain of a pub strat team in UK Derby, that doesn't count, but no. Maybe they were caught off by the Night Stalker pick, because we ourselves said that Night Stalker gets picked a lot by Secret as the POS 5. The thing was, you see that, you don't think to ban the Bounty Hunter. Usually you would, because you're like, Secret. If there's any team that's using Bounty very well at the moment, it's Secret.
Yeah. So
you're like, see Night Stalker, Poppy on the Night Stalker. Farda does play it a lot, but that's your afterthought. And if you're actually in this scenario where for POS 5s and POS 3s, that's where all your bans have to go, you feel like you're losing in the counter-picking phase. You want to focus out those POS 1s, those POS 2s, those lane matchups the most.
Yeah, they were able to use that Bounty Hunter as well as the Night Stalker, get that vision, get that track, and then move in. They had the knowledge. They had everything, all the tools they needed to just keep coming forward time and time again. And it seemed like that was the whole game, was just Secret moving forward, making sure that OG didn't have any room to breathe.